Okay, we are at Badin Road Drive-In Theater. And this is in Albemarle.
Yes, Albemarle,
North Carolina.
In Stanley County.
And at least the last time they were showing Tom and Jerry, Space Jam, Wonder Woman, and Little Things. And so I don't know if they're still having... Did it say on the website whether they were still having...
I think that this sign has changed since last week when we drove by here. There were Christmas movies up here then.
Okay.
So I guess it's been closed for Christmas till they recently opened.
Other than that, guys, we're gonna this right here is where the entrance is for it. There's only one entrance, and so but they got some buildings. It's a house over here. It looks like this right here was a beauty salon, and so those are all shut down. Look like they had a fire over here. But I hope the wind does not mess up the audio too much, guys. But it is sort of windy out here. Okay, you see? Sandra down here at the bottom. Look at the size. It is absolutely just monstrous. If you guys, a lot of y'all that can remember the days where you pulled up to things like it was a post. And what it was is, do you remember? You had a speaker. It hung on your window. Yep. It hung on your window. And that's how you heard it. Nowadays, I think what they do is they have you go to a radio station.
Yeah, they do. They have you go to the radio station, and it also says they have Wi-Fi access.
Okay, but you know, it's just the day and age in which we live now. But yeah, back then you drove up to this, and you took a speaker box and hung it on the inside of your vehicle, and that's how you heard the movie. And so, and here you got your restrooms, and this is where the food is. You get your foods, and you got hamburger, cheeseburger, tender wings.
Tenders and wings.
Oh, tenders and wings. Tender wings. Tenders wings.
Maybe they're tenders. Maybe their wings are tender. I don't know.
Tender sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Hot dog, corn dog, snacks, popcorn, candy, nachos, fries, chili or cheese fries, funnel fries, sampler, fried pickles, mac and cheese bites, corn fritters, poppers, and whole pickles. And they must not change the menu too much because this is actually painted on the building. Uh-huh. So that's what you see is what you get. I see over here they serve Hershey's ice cream. And of course, I used to work for Hershey's ice cream back in the 90s. You know, I've had a lot of jobs. I've been in a lot of places.
Never worked at the drive-in.
Never worked at the drive-in, though. But, you know, let me just say for those, when you hear of Hershey's ice cream, you think of, oh, wow, Hershey's chocolate has ice cream. They actually are not affiliated with the Hershey chocolate. I guess there was a big whoop-de-doo on the name. And so, but Hershey's ice cream and Hershey's chocolate are not affiliated. They're not affiliated together.
Yeah, that's very misleading.
Yeah, and so a lot of people, they probably have gotten a lot of business because people think, oh, wow, Hershey's chocolate has ice cream. Oh, boy, I'm going to get me some of that. And so they probably made a lot of money just because of the name alone.
Well, Hershey's chocolate.
All right, this is the ticket booth. The ticket booth. I think it's neat that they got this grill here, bumper/grill, and it is in memory of G. and Louise Robertson. I'm not sure what the how they are affiliated with this place, if they are. And so here, the admission.
Yep, tickets are $7 for adults. 6 to 11 is 5 years old, and then 0 to 5 is free.
Wow. Okay. So there you go. Admission really ain't too bad.
So they don't charge per car; they charge per person.
Okay.
There went when people used to hide in the trunk. Remember that?
Yeah.
Come out after the
Yeah.
They pulled in.
It is amazing that they do that. I thought they would just do it by vehicle,
car,
but
yeah.
well, I guess you have a whole bunch of people in there.
Yeah, you make more money this way.
Yeah, this would be the way you'd make more money, and so I can kind of see that. This is a gigantic place, y'all.
Donnie would be the kid in the trunk that would hop out after they park.
Look at the size of this. That's amazing. I don't know if they have one movie this way and another movie they're playing.
I think so, and it's a double feature.
Okay.
Too. So like the Wonder Woman and the Little Things is on one, and then the Tom and Jerry and the Space Jam would be on the other. But it doesn't start till dark, so if you got kids, you're gonna be here a long time if you watch a double feature.
Yeah. Yeah, that is amazing. I just want to see what this is actually made of.
It's like 10.
Is that what it is?
What it looks like.
Yeah. Aluminum maybe? Or it may be tin, and then they just painted it. Good night. That thing is huge. Wow. Can you imagine watching big old Jurassic Park on something like this and having a front row seat here? Wow. Well, you know we've never been here.
No, we haven't. It says they have the capacity for nearly 700 cars.
700 cars, and I can see that. This place is real big. All right. Any facts that you've been able to...
Okay. Badin Road Drive-In was originally built in 1948. During the 1950s, North Carolina was one of the top 10 venues in the country for drive-ins. They had more than 200. Now how many do they have, Donnie?
How many?
Guess?
How many?
How many do you think
I
they
don't know,
have?
10, less than 10.
8, yep.
Oh, really?
Yep,
wow.
8 drive-ins. One of which is in Mount Airy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one.
Yeah,
We've
been to that one.
Now that one you did drive in and you listened to it on a
yes, but that's
on the
been
radio.
A long time ago. Whenever the kids were young, we watched the Lorax. I think is what we went and saw there. Yep.
Yeah. It was either the Lorax or Horton Hears a Who.
Maybe that was it. It was one of those.
Yeah.
I think yes, it was Horton Hears a Who.
I wonder if they're going to start pulling those movies since they started pulling the books now.
Ridiculous. Anyways, but yeah, it's it closed down and then it opened back up in 1994 is when they opened it. They revived it, repaired it, and reopened it.
Wow, that's amazing. So this right here is a little bit of. You said since 1948?
It's been here since 1948. It closed down for a while and opened back up in 1994.
1948?
Yep.
That's a long time.
Yep.
I mean, 1948. I mean, what movies? I mean, I'm amazed they even had drive-ins back then.
I remember we had a drive-in in Rowan County. It was out on Highway 601. And I remember when I was a kid, it was in the 70s, early 80s, my parents would take us to the drive-in.
Yeah.
They always let me wear my pajamas because I always fell asleep before the movie was over.
Yeah.
But I remember we went to the concession stand and my dad would come back with a tray with the snacks on it that would hook onto the side of the car window. And we would sit there and he would hand us our stuff and when we got done, and I'm almost positive somebody would come pick up the tray, and they may have came and waited on us. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I do remember we had a tray hanging on the side of our window.
Guys, we're going to go ahead and mosey on. This is one of the stops.
Yep. This is one of the 8 remaining drive-ins.
Little intro.
Now, I will say this, during the pandemic, Rowan County, at the fairgrounds, they started a drive-in. Not sure if it's still operating or not, but I know all last summer it was because the movie theaters were shut down.
Yeah, they... Well, at any rate, we're going to head on over to Morrow Mountain, and we're staying in Stanley County tonight. Tonight will be one of those counties that we're checking off on our challenge to stay in at least one night in all 100 counties in North Carolina. And so this is, we'll be at Morrow Mountain next.
Yep.